Captain Insano shows no mercy, no mercy, no mercy, no mercy, no mercy.
Straight cash, homie.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to halftime of Ravens and Raiders. I'm Ivan Vargas. You're watching the Monday Football Show. Luke Nettles and Marco Velasquez are next to me. And, man, dude, halftime of Raiders and Ravens, it's 14-10. Ravens, I was thinking the Raiders were going to go ahead and do a little more than they did in that first half. And it was just ugly. Luke, we talked about not having Derek Carr pass for 58 times in this game, and he goes 1 for 8, or 1 for 9 or something like that to pretty much start. And I'm just like, where's the running game? Where's Josh Jacobs? Where's do something other than what you're doing right now, because it's really freaking predictable. Darren Waller's getting quadruple team. I mean, everybody knows it's going to Darren Waller. Everybody knows it's going to Darren Waller. They know it's going to Darren Waller. You still want to go to Darren Waller, but you're not finding success. You have to go ahead and find other things that work in order to free him up. You're going to have to scheme your way to free him up, because they know he's the man, and they're not going to go ahead and back off that.
Yeah, I mean, in the first quarter, I mean, it's almost like John Gruden forgot that he had any other receiver. Like, let's just throw to Waller and pray. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man, you got other guys out there. Hunter Renfrow, you know what I mean? Like, let's go. Like, now you see the second half, he's starting to come alive a little bit. He was robbed of 6 on the pass interference call because he had that dude cooked. That was a touchdown all day. And then I would like to see him get Edwards involved a little bit more too. Edwards is a good, big guy. And the thing, it seems to be the thing with Derek Carr today is the passes are a little bit behind. They're a little bit behind. Like, if there's better placement with the ball from Derek Carr, I think they they have a few more yards, at least maybe another touchdown, especially in the case of Edwards. I feel like he just kind of overshot that one. But, there is no run game really to be spoken of. Well, outside of what do they got, like 12, 15 rushing yards, something like that? I don't know. It's something disgusting. And then the other thing is the breakdown of the defense, and I guess that's not something that you could really plan for. I mean, it's something you should plan for when you're playing Lamar Jackson, but, the scramble drill is real with him. And he finds Hollywood Brown, Reno Brown, in the back of the in the end zone for a touchdown. So, I was shocked. But and then the Williams kid, like, who? Where'd he come from? The kid looks great.
He's on my fantasy team, I'll tell you that. Marco, the offensive line for the Raiders is not helping out Derek Carr whatsoever. Where do they go? Like, what have you seen in the first half? Because I was just like, so Luke, they're throwing way too much. Like, they need to go ahead and mix it up. Their defense isn't doing any better either.
No. I mean, honestly, just watching from the first half, I mean, in the first quarter, I mean, the most exciting play was that Marcus Mariota 31-yard run that he got for the offense. I mean, that was the only thing that they generated at the time.
The leading rusher.
I mean, major props to that Baltimore defense. I mean, they are really blocking, Derek Carr's vision. I mean, he's just, not finding, Whaler at all. And I think that Baltimore secondary has done a really great job of slowing him down. I mean, just taking him out of the picture. I mean, we saw a couple, big passes, in the second quarter. But Baltimore, they're major props to their defense. I mean, they're really stopping that Raiders offense right now in the first half.
Yeah, and you know what? It's frustrating to watch because you're just seeing Derek Carr. He's like, God, like, can you block somebody? They're just clogging the passing, like they're just hands up. The passing lanes are clogged. There's nowhere to really go for him at times, and I feel like it just seems overwhelmed. The offensive line needs to go ahead and shore up for the Raiders if they're gonna find any success. I mean, they found some success, like you said, using Hunter Renfrow, mixing up a little bit of the run. You have to threaten with the run. You have to. I'm sorry, in this game, the Ravens right now are just sitting on Derek Carr. At least they were for majority of that first half. They're just sitting, waiting for him to make a mistake. And a couple times they almost had it. A couple times they almost had an interception going the other way. One to start the game pretty much, and then a couple more throughout the first half. But you have to find some rhythm. There's no rhythm in this Raiders offense. It just seems like it's Chucky. Just, hey man, put it on Derek Carr. Okay, that's not working. Let's go to. He's just kind of throwing shit at the wall, trying to see what sticks.
Yeah, no, I mean, to tell you the truth, man, eventually, I feel like if that's the case, and Derek Carr is sitting back there, like, let's start doing some drag routes or something. Let's start getting some 3-second, 3-step drops. Like, let's get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker, suck that defense down, and then go over the top. I feel like the Raiders at some point are gonna start figuring things out, and I feel like there needs to be a deep cross between Waller and Renfro, with Waller going to the middle and Renfro going outside. I feel like that's going to be a play that hits. And like I said, he just needs to spread it around, because, you can't just go to the same guys, be one-dimensional and like, yeah, this is where we're going every time. Because, you see what's happening. Like, they know it. They're playing him underneath. They're playing him over the top. And you can't just go to him all the time. As great as he is, don't get me wrong, I love the guy. But he's not going to save you from – it can't go 2 against 11. It's just not going to work that way.
A part of that is a lack of separation from the receivers in Edwards and in Henry Ruggs. As we saw Henry Ruggs come up lame with it looked like a cramp. He fell down on a deep pass, a deep shot from Derek Carr towards the end of the half, trying to get some points. But they have been disappointing to say the least. After that, let me set you on mute real quick. After that, after the first year, first maybe few games in that season, definitely that Kansas City game. Has Henry Ruggs really been much of anything? For being a number one receiver, the way that they treated him, has he done anything for the Raiders? He struggled. It looks like he's struggling to get separation. It looks like he I know some of the balls are behind him, but it just looks like he's not on the same page with Derek Carr at all.
I mean, for the explosiveness that Henry Ruggs brings, I mean, that's a big name that that you expect big numbers from, at least in the first half. I mean, the fact that we're just having a conversation about Derek Carr just only looking for Darren Waller, it's I think it's a cause for concern. I mean, ask anybody, and like I said, I mean, when Henry Ruggs isn't even a factor, I think it's very concerning for the Las Vegas Raiders as far as what they're going to bring to the table. If you can't open up that passing game, to your other, receivers, how are you going to come out with a W today?
Another side note too, we're speaking about the Raiders and, maybe doing those 3-step drops. John Brown asked for his release, so maybe there was some writing on the wall to him. And how great would it be to be running him drag route while you still have Renfro, Waller, and everybody else going downfield? So I feel like the Raiders kind of missed out, and I don't know, maybe it's just not in Gruden's not his vision or what, but I mean, like right now, John Brown could be a huge turn of events for the Raiders, just because like I say, that way you have to play short and you have to cover deep. So I think it would add some pressure to the Ravens defense, but he's not there, and Gruden needs to figure something out.
Yeah, separate. He can gain that separation.
Yeah,
what I mean?
Yeah, speedy.
It's just like you're not, and then to your credit, you pointed out Renfro earlier in the pregame. And I'm watching the end of that second half, and I'm like, oh wow, Hunter Renfro is really gaining yards for you when you're actually utilizing him.
Yeah,
he's actually doing things that you need your receivers to do, like get open, like gain yards after the catch. I just feel like you're using Henry Ruggs as this one-trick pony. I don't know if he is that as a player, or if you're just your scheme is just putting him in that position, but. You need more out of a number one receiver like that. Like it's just that's point blank period. You need more action from Henry Ruggs. And I know the Ravens are a tough team, but from where you were drafting, from what the Raiders expect of you, they need more. I'm sorry, so we need more. They need more.
We know speed kills, but like I said, if your guy can only has a speed in one direction straight up the field, it's not hard to scheme for the guy. It doesn't seem like they're trying to double move him or cross him with anybody. I mean, to me, that's just a coaching thing. Maybe he's not as good as everybody says he is. Who knows? But like you can't just be like. I would compare him right now at this point from what I've seen. He's Jakeem Grant from Miami. He's just fast. Other than that, I don't really see much. And they'll banana bag him at halftime, get him some fluids in him, and hopefully he'll get that cramp worked out. And he'll be back, but that's great. But But here's the thing, though: they're not even They're not even throwing to him, even if he is stretching the defense. They're not even throwing to him to make him respect it. So if he's just out there to be shown, and just, they're not going to pay attention to him. You know what I mean? Like, it's just there's nothing else to do. You're gonna double Waller. Someone's gonna fall off of Ruggs, come over the top of Waller. Meanwhile, they're gonna run a linebacker underneath him, and it's just not gonna work. You have to get that guy the ball and at least make them respect the fact that you're willing to throw deep.
Like, just to add to that too, it's going back to what you were saying, Luke, about utilizing John Brown, a little more. It's what a terrible decoy to use right there when it's obviously you have Henry Ruggs out there, pretty much just running one route. Mm-hmm. John Brown, you're not really utilizing. So what's your game plan, really? I mean, like I said, when the defense knows where you're going, you're not really creating anything and generating any sort of offense whatsoever. And I have no idea what the Raiders have in mind as far as in the second half.
Well,
what they want to do.
I call it a hope offense. I hope that shit works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But no, I mean, like it is what it is. John Gruden has his work cut out for him. They did, to their credit, they did fight and make it a 4-point game at the end of the half. I just was expecting more coming out of the gate from the Raiders, so a lot more. You want to see. I talked about it in the pregame. Where's Josh Jacobs? Josh Jacobs, another one, another high draft pick that you brought in to have that boom effect, have that home run hitting type of ability. And I mentioned it with Zeke Elliott in that first game on Thursday. If he's only getting 11 carries, how the fuck is he going to do that? Mm-hmm. How is he going to get any type of a rhythm? And we keep the theme of this year is going to be rhythm. All right, because for some reason in this first week I keep saying rhythm over and over and over again. Like we have to find it. So the Raiders need to find some rhythm with the running game. I know he has the only touchdown run, but just using him as a red zone back, that just sounds stupid to me. You got to be able to use him all 3 downs at any point in the game, at any part of the field. You need to be able to use a guy like Josh Jacobs because he's that kind of talent. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up for halftime. We will be back for the post game because I feel like this game's going to get a little bit a little exciting as we go along. But real quick, Luke, tell me about what you predict in the second half. What do you see if you want to take back your prediction from the first?
No, I'm going to stick with my prediction. I feel like Gruden saw, he started using some other people and saw what was going on. Bright spot for the Raiders. I feel like Max Crosby gets there a couple more times actually tonight because the guys are just balling. And I feel like the Lamar is going to kind of, we're going to see the Lamar that was just not, to me, he still doesn't have the vision for throwing. Yes, he did. Okay, he didn't throw it one time when he wasn't supposed to throw it, which is great. You want to see that, but is he going to be able to continue to have that? What's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, is he going to be able to continue to make the right decision? That's what I'm looking for. I'm going to stick with my prediction, and I think the Raiders are still going to pull this out.
Marco, what do you think? Real quick.
Honestly, like towards the end of the first half, the Raiders were generating something. They were getting that offense going a little bit. I do see some changes at halftime, and I'm going to predict the Raider victory today. Actually, it's as dominating as Baltimore's defense looked in the first half. I feel like with that offense, Lamar might fall back just a little bit. But again, the Raiders are creating something towards the end of that first half, so I see them picking up on that in the second.
A big stop on fourth down to get that momentum, to get that 3 points. I think the defense is starting to heat up. You got guys on that defense that are need to be held accountable. They need to step up, and right now they're only down 4 points. So hopefully, coming out, they can stop Lamar and the Ravens.
Utilize John Brown.
Utilize him. The second half is underway, guys. Lamar's taking the snap. Let's see. Almost got it picked, but it's a complete. It looks like to Mark Andrews, 9 yards. But all right, guys, we'll see you at the end of the game. For now, I'm Ivan Vargas, Luke Nettles, Marco Velasquez. This is the Monday Night Football Show on SportsZone Chicago.
Captain Insano shows no mercy, no mercy, no mercy, no mercy, no mercy.
Straight cash, homie.